ResortLoop.com is proudly sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Indulge in a taste from the South Pacific. Joffrey's new Disney Parks and Resorts blend, Alani, brings the islands to you. Blended with Hawaiian Kona beans and roasted to perfection, Alani is buttery smooth with a tropical sweet aftertaste. Available at Alani or Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is Resort Loop 346, and Bob, it's time for that favorite show.
The Bob Show?
The Bob Show. Take it away, Bob. No.
That's not the favorite show, I found.
No, it's the DVC Roundtable.
We love that show.
We love it.
Everybody loves that show. Who's on the roundtable today?
Joining us on the DVC Roundtable are our roundtablers, Chris Malick.
Hello.
Hey, Chris. Joe Quattrochi.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
And Emily Hansa Hicks.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Rebecca couldn't join us today. Apparently, she's been summoned by Guns N' Roses to appear at a concert. So we know where we rank.
Yeah.
She'd rather be at the Meadowlands hanging out with Axl Rose than hanging out with us. So
She gave up us for a bunch of smelly old men. Oh, wait. Well,
Yeah, there's really no difference.
it's pretty much the same. Yeah.
Exactly.
well, it was on our way home.
Wait
I
a minute,
guess.
guys. Wait a minute. There's something you should know about me. I'm not a man.
What?
Present company excluded.
Of course.
We're talking about the four old men sitting around you at the roundtable here.
Come on now. Hey, Bob. Bob and Tim, who is Axel and who is Slash amongst you two?
I don't have a top hat, although I can't sing.
Tim
So I'm not really sure.
sings much better than me. I know that.
Oh, no, we don't know that. Oh, my goodness.
Cool.
I think we just need to jump
right.
into the show, Bob.
We're gonna. What are we talking about, Tim?
Well, today, it's the DVC Roundtable. I mean, what more do you want from me?
Well, what specifically are we going to talk about with the roundtable today?
News?
Yeah.
News?
Rumors? One rumor. There's not a lot
Do we
of
have any
rumors.
questions for
Rumors? We got some
roundtable?
questions.
Questions. That's pretty much
Stuff.
and stuff.
I was going to say, don't just
And
start.
we've got a showcase. We've got a DVC showcase.
Oh, I love the DVC showcase.
Absolutely.
It's one of my favorite parts of the show, actually. Anytime you can talk about a resort, one I've either been to or want to go to. Oh,
All
my
right.
goodness.
Well, let's move around the roundtable and let's do a little bit of news. So, Chris Malick, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, sure. Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Villas, they opened 20 years ago on July 1st, 1996. So they just celebrated their 20-year anniversary.
Nice.
Wow.
Absolutely. Have you guys all stayed at the Boardwalk?
We have.
I have not.
I visited. I
Oh.
never stayed.
There's nothing like sliding down through the mouth of a creepy clown in the way of the pool. You know?
Luckily, you can't see it when you're coming out it.
It's
Right?
true. Can you imagine the view from all those rooms, that creepy clown staring at you at nighttime with those eyeballs? So this Disney version of the New Jersey seaside features a mixture of resort accommodations, dining spots, carnivals, carnival games, shops, and live performers unlike anything else on the Walt Disney World property. Have you guys caught those live performers? Specifically the guy who does the juggling of the boxes. Have you guys seen that guy yet?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Totally. And by the way, the technical term is called buskers, which I just think is funny. So let
Really?
everybody... Yes,
What-
buskers, like a street busker. So I want everybody who's listening to try to use the word busker in normal conversation this week.
Oh my gosh, it's going to go into the conversation tonight.
Oh, nice.
Buskers. Yep.
Buskers, I love it. He's amazing. I don't know how those guys do it. It is utterly amazing, and they do it like 3 or 4 times a night. So it is just awesome. We've stayed there once, so we had a really cool visit. Let me tell you about the visit we had. They put us in a room that was probably one of the most inaccessible rooms to the rest of the resort. It was in the top floor, and it was in the corner. But we had a remarkable view. You could actually oversee the fireworks. My only knock on the resort is just the sheer size of the resort from one side to the other. But the feel is complete New Jersey seaside. It is just awesome. The feeling of eating pizza out on the tables and just walking the boardwalk from one side to the other, doing the complete Crescent Lake loop. It is really cool. Probably getting a little towards a refurbishment, but as far as quality of resort, it's always been one of our tops. It's a lot of fun. That's the best thing I can say is it is fun. Saratoga, it doesn't quite have that fun feel. This is fun from the moment you walk in. What do you guys think?
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing like taking that walk around the boardwalk, even if you're not staying there. So I can imagine staying there would be fantastic. Now, which side would be the preferred side, guys? The Epcot side or the studio side?
So actually, you're not going to be able to see the studios, but that's a really good question because there's a little booking tip for those of you who may waitlist a boardwalk room. If you go for a garden suite, I think about 50, it's garden or pool view, I think. There's about 50% of the rooms are considered garden pool. So if you want, and then there's also standard, and then there's boardwalk. And if you want to get in on a wait list, get in off of the wait list, you want to pick the garden pool view almost always because there's just so many more rooms in that category.
Oh, so, good tip.
Yep. But I don't know. I think you can see the Hollywood Studios fireworks.
You can see the sign in the backside of the tower. If you get a little closer, you can see the fireworks, but it's definitely an obstructed view, and it's a little further away. But
does Swan and Dolphin block any of that? Is that an issue?
They're on the kind of other side. They kind of
not really. Yeah, they're kind of far away there. So
okay.
You guys know that as far as it is the only Florida-based Disney Vacation Club property that was initially designed as a mixed-use hotel and timeshare at the time. They did no conversion. It was designed that way.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
There we go.
And boardwalk view is louder. So if you're the kind of person who wants to sleep quietly or you don't use earplugs or something,
it's a great
go
tip.
for the pool side.
And my little tip is I don't even really care about the view. I had a view of the bus stop the first time my wife and I stayed there, and we loved it. We watched all the buses pull in. But it's my personal best tip you could do is go on touring plans, look at a map of the resort. Try to request a room in your category that's actually closest to the elevators because these are the longest hallways ever.
Oh, okay.
Like there's the elevator banks are like just in one spot, and if you're you could be all the way towards like I don't even know which street that is. Like pardon me, I don't even know what street it is, but it's all the way towards the end. Essentially, it's a long walk to the elevator. If you're like traveling with children or with a stroller or something like that, where you can't just hop down a stairwell to get out, it's a long walk. So just kind of see what what rooms in your category are closest to the elevators, and it'll just make your walk downstairs a lot easier.
And speaking of walking, there was a Hess station within walking distance, and I think it switched over to another kind.
Speedway
now, yeah.
Okay, but
that's the street I'm talking about. Is whatever street. I can't think off the top of my head, but Epcot Resort Boulevard or.
One thing to do is if you're going for like just a weekend and you're not gonna, we do grocery deliveries. I think I've talked about that before through We Go Shop. But if you're gonna skip that and you're just going, for example, Matt and I have gone just the two of us for a long weekend. We will sometimes just walk over to that gas station and stock up on our beverages and snacks and things like that. And it's a pretty easy little walk, and it's way, way cheaper than anything on property.
Someone asked me what the number 1100 means. Someone asked me.
What does the number 1100 mean?
That was the number of steps my Fitbit registered from the time I left my room to getting to my refill cup, refilling it, and back to my room.
Wow.
So it's a bargain for fitness.
Disney's just trying to help keep you healthy.
No doubt. a half a mile. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
This is like the one property that doesn't have like a proper lobby per se.
Yeah.
Like you go to Beach Club, Yacht Club, you got like your lobby area, Contemporary, Grand Floridian. This one's like everything's kind of outside. So if it's raining or anything like that, or like Chris said, if you're in one of those rooms that's a real far away, it's a long walk with your refillable mugs. So just keep that in mind as well.
Hey, that's a good idea though. We should maybe on the next DVC Roundtable show, maybe we'll have you guys rate the best resorts. Rate the resorts. Which ones?
Oh, top five.
Top five. Yeah. Go with top
That's
5.
like picking a favorite child.
Exactly.
We'll be done in like 2 minutes.
Come on, Emily. You know we have them. We have favorite children. You
Did
know
you
that.
just say you'll be done in 2 minutes?
Exactly. You got that. I'm just kidding. I don't have a favorite. Happy birthday, lad, who just turned 2, by the way.
Awesome. Very good. All right, Joe, what news do you have?
Well, what I got is, it's not really new news, but it's new, I guess, that it's sold out, is the DVC club, the Animal Kingdom Safari Spectacular. It went on sale, I believe, July 6th. It was at the beginning of July. The dates that DVC listed was for Tuesday, September 6th, Tuesday, September 13th, Thursday, September 22nd, and Tuesday, September 27th. Now, I know personally, my wife called up. We are going to be in Disney for one of the days, actually the 6th and the 13th. And we literally called the one day after it opened up, and it was already, quote unquote, sold out. My wife had to actually beg and plead the lady to check all the different dates, to go further into the reservation system, and actually did find us a spot. So we are in for Tuesday, September 13th, which is cool. Some of the highlights of the event are, it's going to be from 7 to, what time does it say? I believe it's 11 o'clock at night, but it's going to have access to like Expedition Everest. The safari is going to be open for an hour and a half for DVC members to see the animals at night. It's going to have a DJ party. Disney loves their DJ parties. It's going to have entertainment, complimentary cookies, chips, and ice cream, which I'm looking forward mostly to. And of course, if you don't have enough already, there's going to be special 25th anniversary DVC merchandise available for purchase. So make sure you guys charge up those credit cards on the Magic Bands.
There you go.
But yeah, the safari is only going to be up until 10:30. DVC members will be allowed to come in at 7. The park is going to close at 9:30 to everybody else, to all. Even if you're on site day guest, it's only going to be for DVC members only. The fine print here, and it's specifically spelled out, they do put the restrictions in about if you bought resale after a certain date, and to make sure you have your current membership card, photo ID, and it's only open to registered guests on property at that date. So don't make the same mistake like I did trying to go up to Top of the World with your DVC card when you're not actually staying on property at that time. So, but there was a number here. It was 800, 890, 800 to make reservations. However, according to our experience and on their website, it is sold out right now. My suggestion is, it's like anything else. If you want to go, keep calling, keep trying. Even if they tell you, oh, we can't do it, keep calling. If you want to do it that bad, something will open up eventually for those dates. But it's not really news. It's been in the newsletter and stuff like that. But it's something we dealt with very recently, and it is sold out. But I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully on a future roundtable, I can report back to everyone how it was, if it was worth it, and how the cookies and free ice cream are.
Now, Joe, let me ask you this. It says that there's no cost to attend the event, so you don't even need park tickets?
No, this is completely free to DVC eligible members. Nice. I guess we got to say that. So it's part of their membership perks this year.
Hey, that's not bad.
No.
They've had other things this year, like Typhoon Lagoon, where it's been for DVC members, the same sort of thing. I've heard and I've read online through numerous sites that the Typhoon Lagoon party was really crowded and stuff like that. So I'm expecting this to be sort of the same way. So I'm tendering my expectations to be low, but it's gonna be cool just to be in there at night. And just to see what happens. I mean, I have an open mind with it. It's a bonus. It's one of the first nights that we're there, so it's we're just gonna be like, whatever it is, and if it's great, it's great. If it's not, it's like, oh, we didn't pay for it. So it's
right. It sounds very similar to the when I ran the Expedition Everest, where after the race was done, you got to go into Animal Kingdom in the evening, and they had a dance party, and they had some refreshments and stuff like that, and a few of the rides were open. Like for this, so it sounds very similar. We had a great time, so I think you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and all the loopers out there, listen, like I said, keep calling, keep trying, don't give up. I guarantee probably something will open up if you keep on it. So, but yeah, we'll report back after September, and hopefully it'll be a good time.
Excellent.
Emily,
awesome. What do you got?
So, select dates in July and August of 2016, DVC members are going to be able to attend an evening dessert party at Vero Beach. That dessert party is going to offer a variety of sweets and non-alcoholic beverages in the resort's green cabin room. The dates that are currently scheduled are July 11th, July 25th, August 8th and August 22nd. And those are all Mondays. And it goes from 7 to 8 p.m., it looks like, on the scheduled evenings. The reservations are required. It's not a bad price. Party size is limited to your member and up to 3 guests. DVC member card and photo ID are needed. The cost is $15 for an adult and $10 for a child 3 to 9. And so I have a couple of thoughts about this. We did a dessert party at the Tomorrowland Terrace at the Magic Kingdom one year. Mostly because we had all 3 kids. No, actually, we just had the 2, and I was pregnant, so we figured that was a really good time to have unlimited dessert. And so the girls were under 3, so they were freebies, and then we were, of course, paid guests. But other people can and do disagree with me, but I'm just not into the dessert parties. We thought it was just kind of overpriced for what it was, which was kind of like a punch and cookies thing. I mean, there were a lot more desserts, but in the end, it was like some lemonade, some fruit punch and water or something, iced tea, and a bunch of little tiny, finger food desserts. And I think it was like $45 or $50 for each adult. Wow.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. This is, and again, I mean, the DVC members have paid a lot of money to become DVC members. And I think that if you're going to do this, don't even charge the $15. I like what Joe's going to be doing where it's nothing.
Right.
But when you're talking about, it sounds to me like almost like the same things you're going to get at the Mickey's Not So Scary dessert party. That's $79. And this is $15. I don't know.
They're being pretty honest. I mean, it is Vero, so you're not getting into the Magic Kingdom for free.
True.
And theoretically, Tomorrowland Terrace, you're getting to watch the fireworks, although you have to like push up against the edge anyway. But I would say the price is fair for this, except that I agree. I feel like it would be a lot better if they just didn't charge, or if they added some beverages, adult beverages, and made it $20. If you got to have a couple of cocktails, even if you were limited to 1 or 2 cocktails, like there was 1 drink included, like a champagne toast or something like that.
There you go, yeah.
I feel like that would go a long way into making it kind of a little bit more than sort of like having punch and cookies, which makes you feel like, honestly, that should be just part of hospitality, maybe. You know what I mean?
Right. That's almost like a concierge thing anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So break out a bottle of wine and give me an extra $5, and trust me, I'll shut up and buy it. It's also a Monday night, so it's not like a really targeted time. Now, I know a lot of people really love the dessert parties, and they feel that they're very exclusive and exciting. But at Vero Beach, it's not going to feel super special to be a DVC member because it is primarily a DVC resort, right? I mean, I know they have the in-rooms, but many of the people there are going to be DVC anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe Tim or Chris can correct me on that. I know you guys may talk about that in a future episode. But we haven't been to Vero, so maybe it's magical. And do you guys know about the Green Cabin Room? Is there a good view? Is there anything going on there?
I don't remember hitting the Green Cabin Room when I was there. How about you, Chris?
No, when I was there, it was actually under renovation.
Okay.
So there was only, just the bar restaurant was the only option.
Yeah, the Vero is kind of a forgotten DVC in the whole Disney universe. It's even, I think, a little bit below Hilton Head.
If they popped in a character meet and greet, maybe. I think they just need to sell it a little bit more. Yeah. They could charge us all more. We all know that they can charge us whatever they want if we want to go there. We'll pay it. So it's a matter of just sort of juicing the experience a little bit more, or plussing the experience, as they call it.
Exactly.
We're all about plussing the experience for Looper Nation. So.
We are. Add booze or a pin would work. Limited edition pin.
A limited edition, highly coveted pin, perhaps.
Right. Maybe you could ship some Resort Loop pins. Then heck, I'll fly down for a dessert party.
There you go. Ooh, hey Tim, we may have to come up with a DVC Resort Loop DVC pin.
Oh, I like that.
I like it.
Excited.
We will send them down if Disney wants them.
There you go. Tim, what kind of news do you have?
I want to mention now, all the DVC members can probably reiterate on this, but apparently you guys have been able to pool hop at some point between DVC resorts and the regular hotels. Is that right?
That is correct.
With restrictions, but yes.
Well, love the pool hopping.
Well, that's the news. Don't get too used to it, Chris.
No.
Apparently, the Silver Creek Springs pool at the Wilderness Lodge is now on that list of excluded pools. Now that
they've been doing that with all of the new ones. They
all
did
the
that
new
with
pools and all the
poly.
good pools.
Yeah.
All the highly themed pools, apparently.
Anytime they redo a pool, they throw it on the list.
I'll be honest.
Has anybody seen what this pool looks like? Have you guys seen any pictures, any concept?
I was just at the Wilderness Lodge the other night, and I did not. It was pouring, so I did not get a chance to wander over and see what it was like. But
curious if it's something that should be excluded from a pool hop, or is it like, why are you excluding it? You know what I mean?
Here's what I will say: Wilderness Lodge is not exactly a convenient pool to get to.
Correct.
I was just thinking about this because we're taking a trip in November, and I was thinking my favorite restaurant on the whole planet is Artist Point. But every time we go there, I end up completely stressed out because we have to take a ferry over or a bus over. And it's just always such an ordeal to get to the Wilderness Lodge and get there by the ADR time. And we're always like slightly late outside of the window. And then we're afraid we're not going to get seated, but we end up getting seated every single time, but the whole time. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if I would voluntarily. I mean, we do go over to the Fort Wilderness for the hoop-dee-doo too. But for some reason, that doesn't stress me out. But I feel like the Wilderness Lodge, like I don't want to have to take a ferry to go to a pool or a bus. Like the Resort Loop's easy to pool hop because you can just ride the monorail, or walking around the boardwalk is easy to pool hop. But I don't know about you guys, but we don't generally venture too far off course and go on the bus in bathing suits and things like that to pool hop.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, I'm sorry, Bob.
No, go ahead, Joe.
I just wanted to reiterate, when I went to the Wilderness Lodge the other night, we went to Artist Point for dinner, which was fantastic. It's very overlooked as a signature restaurant. It was not busy. Food was fantastic. But on a note, backing up what Emily said, it's not easy to get to. We did valet our car with Tables in Wonderland. We took the resort launch from Wilderness Lodge to Magic Kingdom for a few fast passes. Went over to the Contemporary, had a quick drink over there. Didn't realize that we missed the 11:30 boat, which was the last boat of the night, to go to Wilderness Lodge. Ooh. So backing up what Emily said, is not the most convenient thing. We had to take a lift from Contemporary to the Wilderness Lodge. So it's not the. I'm just reiterating, it's not the easiest place to get to. Like even just not even getting to the pool is like, oh man, we got to take an Uber now or a Lyft. It's it's just so. If you don't plan it out right, you're gonna get stuck.
Yeah, could this be because of the those new DVCs that they're putting over in Fort Wilderness? The
Wilderness Lodge, the bungalows, Bob?
The beach bungalows, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's probably got to do less with the actual pool and more with protecting the experience of the big money that's coming into the resort, as that pool is crowded already and it's a little undersized for how many rooms they really have. So with the redoing of the pool and the creation of these bungalows, if it's priced anything like those Polynesian bungalows, which are, it's almost incomprehensible, to actually afford that. You got to protect that experience, I think might be the thought process. And by the way, if I didn't love Joe so much, boy, I tell you what, sitting up here in Chicago and having you guys sit in Ohio hearing Joe talk about going for his nightly reservation.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm taking full advantage of my geography right now.
I'm going to block you.
Yeah. I've blocked him on all social media because the pictures he posts all these pictures of his experiences.
It did rain a little bit. I mean, it did rain on our parade a little bit.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Joe.
It rained for what?
It rained literally on his parade a little bit.
I am getting the use out of my annual pass. All right, the little dinner with some friends of ours, and we had a blast. And we were there just for a few hours, and it was actually perfect. And we got home like 1:30, and that was it. It was a good night.
There you go.
We get it, Joe. We get it.
Really? Shut it already, Joe.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I just keep telling myself I could have that. I could move down there. No problem.
Hey.
But then it would be hot all the time, and I wouldn't get beautiful snow, right? I wouldn't get the snow. It would be so sad.
I'm sorry. Is there beautiful snow? Other Christmas snow is beautiful snow. After that, February snow is never beautiful.
No, and it's so cold.
Hey, Joe, you're providing us a service. We're living vicariously through you, so keep those pictures coming, right, buddy?
Listen, I'm doing the best I can, all right? So.
You are.
I have to disagree. I don't think it's due to the new development, though, because I don't think, if you look at all of the new DVC resorts, I'd have to look at an actual timeline to know, but they took, as soon as Animal Kingdom had the Kidani Village built, they had those pools off the list. And then they took the poly off the list as soon as they redid that pool. I feel like they're taking the pools off systematically as they add new pools.
Yes.
So I just feel like they're phasing out pool hopping, period. I don't think it has anything to do with one particular development, but I can't name one that they've redone or done recently for a DVC pool and not taken it off the list.
Okay, well, here's another thing, though. As far as the Animal Kingdom Lodge, so we just stayed January 1st through January 7th. And so we expected to be very busy, and it was very busy. And that's always on the list of pool hopping. But, we stayed. We had no problem. There was not a checker or a fence or anything even remotely close to that pool. So it might be that it's new, and maybe the ones that are older. I know they do patrol for Stormalong Bay, but these might be largely in name and not necessarily in reality, because in reality, anyone could have walked up to the Animal Kingdom Lodge's pool and got right in. So, not that I'm advising people of doing that, but I mean, that's the reality. So,
well, here's if you guys out there in Looper Nation want to be like Joe Quattrochi and spend some time at Walt Disney World, the Disney Vacation Club Silver Anniversary Sweepstakes is for you. Because of the DVC celebrating 25 years of magic and memories, they're giving a chance to win one of 25 dream getaways.
Nice.
Awarded throughout the year. So all you got to do is submit your favorite Disney Vacation Club photo along with the title, caption, and description. Prizes may include dream vacations at Disney Vacation Club resorts, including stays in a bungalow or 3-bedroom grand villa. You ready for this one? Emily, stays in Cinderella Castle Suite at Magic Kingdom Park.
What?
Exactly.
A stay at the Disneyland Dream Suite at Disneyland Park, a Disney Cruise Line sailing, Adventures by Disney Vacations, domestic or international travel through RCI Registry Collection. All of this, the details can be found at dvcsilversweeps.com. Sounds like you got to be a DVC member to enter the sweepstakes, but I would jump all over that.
Oh, my
if I
goodness.
were you guys.
all right, let me ask you then. What would you pick? If they had an option, what would you pick?
Oh, my wife would beat me with a stick if I didn't say Cinderella's Castle Suite.
Good point.
Yeah, you got to pick the castle.
I think
But
so.
you think, Emily?
the rest of your life would be a letdown. So how do you?
Hey, she's used to that. She married me, so that's fine.
Oh, come on. You're a really good deliverer of secrets. I think I would probably pick an Adventures by Disney because if
That's
I
true.
hadn't already scheduled a cruise, then I think that I would do something I'd never done before. And so Cinderella's Castle, I'm a little worried it's going to feel crazy because I heard you can't get out after they lock you in.
Oh my goodness, that's like a dungeon.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like Cinderella's Dungeon to me. Like the Sleeping Beauty Tower or something. I'm a little worried about green lights that might appear or something. Anyway.
But Emily, why would you want to leave when you can watch the custodial staff at night clean the park?
It would be thrilling.
It's priceless.
You're right.
It's magical.
I feel like once you're in there, you're just kind of like, okay, so I went to the suite, and now there you go.
Now
That's
what?
great.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
like a Ridley Pearson book. Yes, I read them all.
Great books, by the way. Yeah.
Tim, what would you pick?
You know what? Initially, I was thinking it's Castle Suite, but I've been so wanting to. I'm surprised. Is Alani on the list? I don't see Alani on the list.
No.
Oh, I would so do Alani, but I would almost go with Emily on this. And Adventures by Disney. Something like maybe Italy, something over there.
Ooh, very cool. Yes, Europe for sure.
Absolutely. Oh.
Cool.
Although if anybody out there happens to win and they pick the Castle Suite and they want to do a live Looper event there, we'll see how many people we can squeeze into there.
Yeah, I'm willing to come. I'm definitely willing to come.
Joe, what about you?
Well, it would be the castle because just it's something unique and it's one of a kind. There's only one of them. But if that wasn't available, I would definitely an ABD trip would probably be. I've heard so many good things about people's experiences that you go to certain places and you actually get more than what a normal tour guide service would get. You always get the white glove treatment with Disney as well. So if I was on property, I would stay in the Cinderella Castle Suite. If not, it would be cool to travel abroad and do an ABD trip. I think that would be, and plus those are really expensive. So
Right.
that would be pretty good. Be a nice savings right there.
What are you doing, Chris?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? On a lot of these, I could buy these, or a person could buy these. Hypothetically. So you know what? I've not been to Disneyland. I would pick the Disneyland Dream Suite because, to my knowledge, that has to be given to you. You can't buy that. So
Yeah, that'd be all right.
I will say, how cool would it be So every time you see the castle in the future, to say, I've stayed in there.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It would be cool. It would be cool. You'd get to know that janitorial staff, though.
That's right.
Like Joe said, that'd be all right.
Unsung heroes of the Magic Kingdom.
I just want to walk through the Magic Kingdom in my jammies, my Mickey slippers and with my Joffrey's coffee. That'd be all right.
You can do that at Open, and it's pretty fun.
Really?
One of my favorite things to do with the kids is take them in their little footy pajamas, and then you go get pictures, like PhotoPass pictures, so it looks like they just woke up in like a dream of Disney World. It's great.
Hang on. Let's stop this right now. Bob, you and your pajamas are not getting into the Magic Kingdom. I just want you to
No,
you're going to
5
end
o'clock
in jail,
shadow bags.
You're going to be in jail, Bob.
It would be pretty bad. Yeah.
You smuggle them in your backpack.
Oh,
they're not weapons. They can't do anything about it. And you switch in the bathroom. And you put on your footy pajamas. And you just go for it.
Oh my goodness!
He
Well,
has a good
Tim, what questions do we have for the DVC Roundtable time?
Well, questions. We got one here from Nicholas Young on Facebook, and he says he needs help. All right. He said last January he stayed at the Polynesian Club level and was extremely disappointed. He felt the level of service was not what he expected for the amount of money he spent. If he had a question, he was told to contact someone else, and if he wanted to pay down the room balance, he was directed to the main lobby front desk. Each time he was reminded that I have a concierge desk that could provide him with those services. He went to share that this is not his first time staying club level on property and that he has stayed at several, including the Grand Floridian, Boardwalk, and the Animal Kingdom Lodge. His question is, should he give the Poly Club level a second chance during Marathon Weekend this year, or should he keep his reservation at the Beach Club level?
I say try the Beach Club.
Really?
And,
okay.
Yeah, because it was a long, long time ago. It was like in the 1990s or early thousands, like zeros, just all zeros or 99. But I stayed in the Poly Club level, and I recall having a very similar experience. And it was kind of like, it was basically like the snacks were pretty much the big deal. I don't remember the staff being I remember them being very friendly, but not particularly helpful or insightful. So that's, I bet your mileage varies depending on who's with you, but I feel like the service I even got at the Grand Floridian's lobby, their little concierge desks, those people were 500 times more helpful and more involved, and you felt sort of more concierge club versus the Poly, which just felt kind of like a snack bar.
Okay. So Emily's telling you Beach Club. Joe, what do you think?
I'm a huge fan of the Poly. However, he has not listed that he's stayed Beach Club before. So I would say give the Beach Club a shot. Number one, it's an extremely popular resort during Marathon Weekend because of its proximity to Epcot. So that is a plus right there.
Oh, good call.
Monorail service is spotty at best. It's pretty good, but when you're done with that race, it's something like walking through Epcot, grabbing a drink, and then just heading back to your resort. So depending on if you're doing 4 events or just one, the fact that you've never stayed club level at Beach Club and the proximity to Epcot, I think those are 2 huge pluses right there. Also, I'm going to throw in a third plus, even though you're staying club level and you might want to eat some of the snacks there. Food-wise, if you are a more serious runner, there are a lot more food options within walking distance from the Beach Club. You've got all your restaurants at Swan and Dolphin. You've got Trattoria Al Forno. It's a great Italian restaurant over at the Boardwalk, and you also got all the restaurants over at Epcot itself at World Showcase. So you got a lot of pluses going your way. I would say go to Beach Club, try something new. That's what me and my wife do. We always try to do something new at Disney. For you, try it. But I will say that I would never rule the Poly out again. It could have been somebody having a bad day. We're all human beings. So, but I'd say, give it a shot. Give the Beach Club a shot, especially during Marathon Weekend. People seem to love it, and let us know how it goes. But I would say go Beach Club this time. Try something different.
Excellent. Hey, Chris, what are you saying?
Well, I would say to my new best friend, Nicholas Young, who travels full level.
Amen.
Twitter at Disney Chicago. Contact me. We'll make arrangements. Anyways, you want to go Beach Club here too as well. And here's why. The Poly's relatively new. So you know what? It could just be simply new in the process. They might not have their stuff together yet. And the Beach Club, has been long time established. So besides, if you're already jaded even to a little bit about the Polynesian, you might go into it just being recently jaded with a little different and kind of like a negative experience in your mind. It might jade you this time as well. And if you do get a subpar experience, that would ruin your experience with Poly forever. So I would say give it a break for a while. And perhaps as the DVC portion of the Poly matures, perhaps their club level process will mature as well too. So I would say give it a break and definitely go beach club. And contact me. We'll be good.
And just really quickly, is this a trick question? Are there actually DVC club level rooms in the beach club or poly? Because I thought that the only one with actual club level rooms was Animal Kingdom.
I don't know. It very well might be. I don't know. I've not stayed yet, but I'm assuming they might be.
My answer wouldn't change if you're just talking about a regular room, because I think you may just be talking about regular rooms. And if you are, my answer still wouldn't change.
Well, you know what? I think mine would be the same too as well. Give it a break. You know what? Go in with a fresh experience in a couple years and go and give the beach club a try.
And if you don't like the beach club, Bob at ResortLoop.com, send complaints there, and he'll let you.
Right. And if you are talking about DVC and you're about to release that reservation at the beach club, call me, Emily Ronte. My cell phone number is. We'll
Tim,
sync it up.
I think we should just take the stress off of Nicholas's hands, and he should just let us have it. And that way he doesn't have to stress about this.
That's right. We can report back.
Run
so
the race
he knows.
he's going to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully that answers Nicholas's questions.
Nicholas, I think they're saying do the beach club and then just let us know how that turns out for you. I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, write it and let us know how it goes. I'm curious to see what happens with it.
There you go. I've got one that it's not quite a question. It's more of a warning, if you will, from Annie Runnels.
Yes.
Who she sent us an email, and she loves your show. You guys being on the show, the DVC Roundtable, absolutely loves it. Her family loves Disney. They are DVC members, and they sometimes when they don't use their points, they go to a forum where they can let some of their points go, I guess is what I meant. Let me just get to her point. So her mom discovered a web forum a few years ago during the off years when they weren't vacationing, where she could either transfer or rent out her points to other people. So I'm not going to give you the website because we don't know and we're not going to go there. So her parents made reservations at the Polynesian for 3 nights, then decided they wanted another week during Food and Wine. The resort was completely booked and impossible to get reservations. So her mom asked her if she'd go online and see if anyone would be interested in taking her reservations, and she just switched the names on the reservations that she had, since the reservations are hard to get a hold of. She said she's done it many times, buying points, so thought, no big deal. I'll go online, find the confirmed reservation board, type in the information, and post it. So long story short, nothing was getting posted. She sent an email saying, just curious as to where this posting. She was very nice about it. And the person that responded to her was not so nice, using some adult language, if you will, and was not a very Disney type experience for her. Have you guys ever dealt with any of these DVC forums where you can do this kind of thing?
So
No.
I've heard of them, and we did rent points once, but I think we used the timeshare store, which is a DVC broker. I would always, now I'm a cautious person, so I like the idea of the broker. They take like $2 a point. But as far as switching reservation, I'm a little bit chicken about doing that. And I've mentioned it before, but I'm a lawyer, so that goes with the occupation, the chickenness. I'm usually pretty trusting, believe it or not, but I still, I prefer at least having the recourse of having a broker involved, so at least I'd be able to know that I was going to get some money back when I picked up a hotel, because I'd have to find a hotel quickly if my reservation wasn't there the day I got there. I just feel like it's better when there's more money on the line and there's a contract between people. And I get a little nervous about doing a reservation switch. Although if it was somebody you trusted and you developed a relationship with, you talk to them over a long period of time. We've had friends that we've met at Disney World while like doing a sort of collaborative thing.
Okay,
we did
right.
a photo share for example. But we had talked to each other for, almost a full year. We made gifts for each other's children. Like at that point, I kind of trusted these people, even though they could have been imaginary. But I felt like I knew, I mean,
right, sure.
You really have to follow your gut, but sort of blindingly trading a reservation is really kind of like a leap of faith. And I guess I'm just not Indiana Jones. So
right.
No, not when it comes to vacations. Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah. You want a phone number, you want a contact, you want a broker, you want a person in charge that when things fall through, someone's going to hear about it. And something like what you just mentioned, Bob, would be like, oh, please let this work out, and when it comes to vacations, that's a terrible feeling,
Yeah, that's kind of the way I thought about it. We've looked at renting DVC and that, and we've always thought about going through a broker if we're going to do that. But I guess the word to the wise would be a lot of these companies, and keep this in mind, a lot of these companies are not affiliated with Disney. They may not be owned by people who are Disney fans even. They just see an opportunity where they can make some money off of, our passion for Disney. And, be careful of that. Make sure that, whoever you're dealing with is reputable and, I just not going to treat you badly, I guess. Because it's a business for a lot of people, and they don't really share our same passion for that Disney experience. So, and I'm with Emily. I'd rather have that guarantee going through a broker that everything's going to work out all right.
Yes, I would tell Annie too, if you're going to a website and you don't think they're being being nice, not being Disney-like, just take them off your radar.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay around people that are like-minded. Some people will say they're like-minded, and like Bob said, they're just in it for business. And
right.
Come over to Looper Nation Live.
And in it for business, if they're treating you like a professional, that's great. I mean, I don't care if they're, if they're in it for business and they're not worshiping the mouse, that's okay with me as long as they're going to treat me like a customer, which in my world means being respectful and treating me like somebody who's involved in a transaction, that they may care about their reputation, they may care about the income,
and promptly replying to you and getting back to you. You mentioned in the email there was a couple of weeks that went by without communication, right? Or she was waiting.
Right. Yep.
So that's the first sign. I mean, not that it's the same thing, but when you call Disney Vacation Club itself and you're trying to arrange things, that happens instantaneously that day. You know what I mean? So there's no waiting for correspondence. That should be the first sign of like, this is a problem.
And to follow up what Chris said, with getting a timely response, we actually are in the process of renting points for my sister-in-law and for Marathon Weekend. And, getting a referral, I spoke to Rebecca, who we all know from this show has rented points many times. And even us who we feel like we're pretty much in the know. I mean, we kind of know the major dealers and major websites and stuff like that. I still want to know, hey, Rebecca, who did you use? Because it's a third party, it's not Disney. And the experience has been fantastic. I got a response within hours, not days or weeks like with this person's experience. So the broker is definitely the way to go. You're going to pay a little bit more, but for peace of mind to enjoy your vacation. I mean, it was so easy too. I mean, these couple major companies have it pretty much down to a science, and they make a good amount of money off of guests like us, but they do a good job. And just having the contract and the guarantee, and knowing your representative is going to email you back within hours or even minutes, it's priceless. You can't put a price tag on a peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Yeah, good point, buddy.
And I think she may be talking about like actually just using a web forum. I could be wrong, but if she's just talking about like using a message board, for example, I guess I just wouldn't do that. And I feel like I know that reservation trading is something that is sort of like, if you have guaranteed reservations, it's probably the only way to switch on a popular weekend. And I've often thought, like, wouldn't that be convenient? But it is still a huge leap of faith. And I don't know, I think I would still try to just release the reservation at the same time the other person was sitting online. The classic way that you would do that with like fast passes or ADRs if you knew you were releasing a reservation, and try to just switch. I know it's a chancy thing, but I think it's chancier to rely on a stranger and have it, because if it's just a web form, they don't owe you any duty to sort of
Right.
moderate the situation. So
True.
And that's what this looks like. I'm looking at it right now. It's a forum where you are talking with. It looks like to me you're actually talking with other owners and transferring points and renting points from them. So yeah, buyer beware is what it boils down to, I guess. So
Exactly.
Tim, I think that's all I've got for our DVC Roundtable this time around.
I wanted to ask you guys one question while I have you all on the phone.
Oh, bring it.
So the Caribbean Beach has continued to be rumored to be getting DVC. What do you guys think about that?
I see it happening.
Emily, how do you think it works out, considering all DVCs are deluxe, and this would be a moderate? Would there be a point conversion, or would the DVC villas be deluxe?
I think they have to make them deluxe because I don't see any other way. I've pieced it out in my head 100 ways, and I just don't see how you could make, you couldn't make them cost more points, and then, charge people, the price of I can't figure out a good strategy for them other than plussing that area, whatever area they pick out, just making the rooms, refurbishing them so the rooms are bigger, adding some kind of amazing pool. Sure. Putting some other kind of draws that makes it a competitive DVC resort, like with Old Key West and Saratoga, the other sort of off-site.
Yeah, because those would be a stretch to say those are the same kind of deluxe experiences you would get at the Poly and at the Grand Floridian and, the Wilderness Lodge and whatnot, too, as well. So, I'm just curious because, this is the first admitted moderate that's going that way, so the others were kind of created.
I am going to make a prediction. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Here's my prediction. This is a test run for Disney. They will be deluxe, like Emily said. I think they're going to be deluxe DVC, just like all of the other ones. Very similar to Saratoga, only with, of course, the Caribbean theming. And if it goes well, the DVC Caribbean Beach will be the Caribbean Beach will be swallowed up by DVC, if you will. It will become a full DVC resort.
Really?
So I can't.
That's my prediction.
Holy cow!
That's
over years.
Stage it. Yeah, because of the different units, and right. I don't think that's entirely bad idea because, and maybe I'm just crazy, but we booked Caribbean Beach for marathon week, or no, I'm sorry, Wine and Dine, because I decided I didn't want to stay at the Grand anymore because we had it booked for a 1-bedroom. And we're just going the two of us. So we switched to Caribbean Beach on cash. We've never stayed there before. But there are still rooms, to this day, I think, open. So if it's not selling out, then if they can repurpose it into a property that's more in demand, then they should. Because there's, pretty much nothing else available except some of the All-Stars for the Wine and Dine weekend.
Well, yeah. I'll quote a stat, and I'm probably wrong. So it's supposed to be the biggest resort on property, 2,200 rooms.
Yeah,
so
it's massive. Yeah,
I know it's big. That's for sure.
I think Coronado's the biggest one, isn't it? Though, I believe.
Well, I know she's a big girl. So you propose that it's going to slowly become all DVC.
Yeah,
kind of like Old Key West in a way.
Old Key West, Saratoga Springs. Yeah. Yep, okay. I think DVC is just going to swallow up the Caribbean Beach, and that's that. It seems to me like that's what they're looking at, and this is a way to see if there will be interest in that. It's just got a good location for DVC, I think. I don't know, and maybe not. I could be completely wrong.
I want to see them do a completely different theme. I'm excited about the Caribbean theme, but I would like to see them completely retool the whole experience so that it's distinctly a deluxe new resort, even if they're using the same shells of the building. But if they, for example, this is just a silly example, but say they made it Italian or something like that, Ooh. Some kind of a very totally different thing, and then they sort of absorb different buildings, I think we'd have a different attitude if it was really transformed.
Even possibly a new name change.
There could be.
Instead of just being Caribbean Beach, now we're calling it a deluxe and charging you more, and it's a villa now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could break out the Venetian.
They could do that. Yeah. Yep.
Break out that Venetian name from that old resort they wanted to build.
Old school.
Yeah.
How about that?
Or that what was the Asian one they were going to do over at on the other side of Bay Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
nice.
There you go, Tim. That's all I've got.
Everybody, Emily, Joe, Chris, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
you.
As always.
It's been a good time.
Awesome. Oh, do we do the spotlight?
No, we got to do spotlight. Sorry about that.
I'm willing.
Okay.
I thought maybe you were just cutting me off.
No.
I forgot about it.
I drank a lot of Joffrey's, so I was worried I'd been
We love that.
crazy.
We love that.
By the way, we had the Coco Loco, I think, or what is the coconut one? I forget the names all the time. Anyway, it was delicious.
Yeah.
And we had it. Matt makes it for me on special occasions because he doesn't like flavored coffee. So I always know that he is a happy guy with his wife when I wake up to flavored Joffrey's in the morning.
Nice.
Or you need
Nothing
something.
says love like Joffrey's coffee.
Exactly.
Right? It was a good morning for me today. So I got to sleep till 8 too. Can you
Nice.
believe that?
Oh my gosh.
I know, Chris. Chris understands.
Oh my gosh. 8 o'clock.
He went down, made me flavored coffee, and played with the kids while I slept till 8.
Wow.
Crazy. So, speaking of luxurious experiences, I think that you guys would like to hear about the Beach Club villas tonight,
Bring it.
and I would love to tell you about them. So, they are just glorious, and I kind of always thought of them as like the yacht club's rundown cousin, and I was wrong. So we went there last, I want to say September. I think it was September because that's when we do our, like, as soon as the peak season's over. So we went down because we went, I think, for the girl's 3rd birthday. So we went down in September. It was hot, but not terribly hot, but pretty hot. And there is nothing like Stormalong Bay, obviously. Stormalong Bay is it's the convenience of a water park. It's got the sandy bottomed area for little toddlers, but it's also got the fun water slides for older kids. It's got the lazy river. It's just really sort of like multifaceted. So you probably
It's got Hurricane Hannah's too. So.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. So we spent so much time on that sandy bottom pool. Then the kids started doing the more exciting water slides, and that was really fun. They have like whirlpool-y areas. And we saw the lifeguards were just completely on point. It was amazing. They went in for, I forget, there was some kind of false alarm we saw people training the whole time. There were supervisors coming around. There were people that were walking around to the lifeguards and checking to make sure they didn't need anything, like fresh water. I don't know what else they get, but they basically had people checking the lifeguards, like a service staff. So we were really impressed with that. Our room we tried to time it so we were going to get one of the refurbished rooms, but then I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but they kept postponing the refurb for Beach Club. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really sure why, but they kept every single time. I was like, oh, no worries. It's supposed to be done by May, so we'll definitely be good by September. I've always wanted to stay at the Beach Club, and now it'll be the fresh new rooms. And then they pushed it out a little bit longer, and I was like, okay, well, let's just request a fresh refurb room. They kept pushing it until it was very clear that they hadn't even like really started the refurb. People were posting on various forums like, here's a picture that looks like they might be working in this one room. But they apparently were not. So we stayed in. The room definitely was a little bit run down when we stayed there. Not the freshest decor or anything like that, but I know that they're going to, of course, go through it. I don't know if they've finished the refurb yet or not, but I don't even know if they've started it yet because that was September and it was supposed to have been a lot earlier. But the food selections, I mean, in the Beach Club Yacht Club combo, there are so many options.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can have steak, you can have seafood, you can have like, I think there was sushi, maybe one place. Maybe I'm making that up. Mm-hmm. But we ate at the Cape May Cafe the first night we got there, and it was so much fun. All you can eat seafood buffet. Delicious salad options. So if you're a vegetarian or something like that, there's all kinds of amazing different salads they have. The lobbies are just splendid to walk through. We pretty much stayed in the Beach Club area, which is funny because I love the Yacht Club, but we really didn't find the need to go over there very much. The bus service was good. We could take a boat or walk to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And we tend to walk as much as we can because we have strollers and they're just kind of a pain to collapse. Let's see what else. We did Akershus, the Princess Breakfast, so that was easy to walk to. And you could get in, I believe we got in through the World Showcase gate for it. So that was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's closest. The DVC is actually closer to International Gateway than the rest of the resort, right?
It is. It's super close. And you can see the fireworks from part of it.
Nice.
Yep. And so I'm trying to think what else was just splendid about the place. Well, the food was great. The pool was good. Another silly thing, but if you have little girls, which many of us do, there's aerial statues and things like that. There's little kind of hidden.
Oh, yeah.
And our girls just thought the Ariel, they just went nuts over her, and they were like, we're staying at Ariel's beach house, and they think we own a place at Ariel's. So I haven't disabused them of that. But so transportation is great. I would say, the gift shops are fun too. You're really close to the boardwalk, which obviously is the best shopping ever.
Proximity to the restaurant's good too, isn't it, Emily? I'm sorry, the quick service and the shop from the beach club.
Absolutely, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is just I can't think of enough. It's just so easy to get everywhere, and you just sort of feel like there's plenty of areas to explore. It's not set up in a very organized fashion, like say Boardwalk, where you have like two sides. I found it was like a little easier to get lost because the DVC kind of hooks around the back area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It stems around, like there's Beach Club, and then there's like the DVC, which is clearly an add-on, like sort of a archy thing in the back. So it's easy to kind of get lost in the area, but it's really well landscaped. Oh, there's also like a little solarium area, and it's so pretty to walk through, and it's nice to sit at. There's a little marketplace in there with all of your food, your diapers, which we did end up having to buy. I remembered everything else but the diapers. So, but yeah, it was, you could just, it's just a really sort of like one-stop shop resort. There's also some high-end shopping in the yacht club and the beach club shopping area, or gift shops, which is kind of nice. It's comparable to the Grand Floridian shopping areas, where you have like Helly Hansen and you have Lily Pulitzer and some of the higher end labels, and they have nicer jewelry and watches, things like that. So that's kind of fun if you're into shopping, even just window shopping. So you're not necessarily going to see the same things that you see in every other gift shop. And yeah, I would just highly recommend it, especially if you have young kids, just because, especially on maybe I wouldn't go there when it's January, but if you're thinking you're going to swim at all, there's something for everyone at Stormalong Bay, and the beach club is sort of a nice, relaxed atmosphere, but you're super close to everything.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Emily, one of the things that I liked about it, and somebody who doesn't have children, is the one time that I did stay there with a friend of mine, is that the way the beach club is set up is the beach club is a very busy resort. There's people walking by from Epcot, they're going to dinner, they're walking to the other resorts. It's a busy area. Sometimes, Disney's so busy, I like to have a little peace and quiet. Sometimes I like to have a little bit of a late night swim. I like it that it's set kind of far back a little bit. I like that. I like that the quiet pool is like there's nobody ever there. In my experience, everybody's always going Stormalong Bay. We just go into the quiet pool, the hot tub back there, and there's never a soul. At least in my experience, staying the one time there, the whole week, there was never anybody back there. It was fantastic. It was nice and quiet, relaxing, off the beaten path, a little bit pushed back. Our room was a little bit, further back. And it was away from a little bit of the hustle and bustle. So you were close enough to everything. Yeah, if you wanted to get away for a little bit, you could do that as well. You weren't like right on top of everything. So that's one of the things I liked about it. It was a little bit, the villas were a little bit quieter than the actual beach club proper itself.
Yeah. You're probably about 100 yards from that walkway that goes around Crescent Lake. Yeah.
And that reminds me, speaking of date nights, there is the Sandcastle Club, which is one of the kids clubs, which is really nice for 3 to 12. And I think I've talked about Lilo's Playhouse before, but we didn't use it, but I'm sure we will in the future. And all those kids clubs are great. And that's just a great resource for parents to have. You could drop your kids off there and then go. We ate at the Yachtsman and it was just delicious.
Oh, nice.
And then the other thing is, I totally forgot, and how could I forget, guys? Beaches and Cream.
Oh, yeah.
Enough said. That alone is worth
Absolutely.
it. We had
Yep.
the kitchen sink. It was insane. It was so much fun. So
It is awesome, yeah.
Everybody needs that once.
Emily and Joel, do you guys agree with me? When you walk in there is just a smell about that place. Not a bad smell at all. There's just something about that place when you walk in. It's like,
The Beach Club?
oh yeah, when you walk
It's
in there.
it's the fresh flowers. They have fresh flowers every day.
There you go.
it's so
They chip-
It's
pretty.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, and it's so spacious and airy, the lobby, but it still feels busy but fun, and you feel casual and happy. Just it's a nice resort.
Let's go.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
It's beautiful.
Looper meetup right now. Who's booking the room?
Get Tyler on the phone.
We'll get Tyler at People Mover Travel on that
Yes.
right now.
Done.
Emily, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I always want to go to wherever our Spotlight Resort is that month.
Always. Oh,
I feel the
why
same
do you
way.
do this to us?
I know. I apologize. Awesome. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoop.Tim, on Facebook, and that website, ResortLoop.com.
I'm Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, rate us on iTunes. What else should folks do, Tim?
Besides, send us questions for next month's DVC Roundtable. Always share the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody. All right, Tim. So everybody has, they've stopped listening to the show now. What should they do after they're done listening to the show and they're all excited about wanting to go to a Disney park, going on a Disney vacation? What should they do?
I, personally, after being all excited and ready to go,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to deal with an expert.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to talk to People Mover Travel and talk to Tyler, our expert over there.
Over at peoplemovertravel.com.
PeopleMoverTravel.com.
But when you go there,
Yes.
you got to make sure you click on that you heard about them from us.
From Resort Loop.
Resort Loop.
That is an option on the drop-down menu right there.
Absolutely. By the way, Tim,
Yes.
I just booked through them.
How did that go?
It was the easiest thing in the world.
How can it not be? It's Tyler.
I put in my name. I put in the dates I want.
Right.
Of course, check-marked Resort Loop is where I heard
Right.
of them from. And sent it off to him. Within an hour, Tyler had gotten back to me. I can't guarantee he's going to get back to everybody that quick, but got back to me within an hour, letting me know he got it, and he'll let me know as soon as he runs the numbers.
Tyler and his team know travel.
PeopleMoverTravel.com is fantastic.
Love.
Easy. You and I have done it a million times on our own.
And we missed out on discounts here and there because we're not on top of it all the time.
I'm done doing that.
Why would we have to do it? Tyler, People Mover Travel, will do it for you.